We're gonna do it together this time. It's gonna be, you ready? Hey guys, you ready for your headliner? Yeah! Okay, this guy he is amazing. I can't even say enough about this guy. He makes me laugh so much, and he might be the best dressed comedian that you'll ever see. Give it up, please, for Zorba.
Yeah!
I don't even need a last name.
Give a hand for everybody you saw tonight. Now take it in, and then you get a look, you see the outfit. Let's get the obvious out the way right now, shall we? CeeLo had a yard sale and I'll rack the hell up. That's what this is. I've been the best dressed since kindergarten. Seriously, when I was born, my mom gave me a solid gold pinky ring. I had silk pampers. I was the best. Hey, what can I say? That's this guy went through my family. And people see me sometimes stereotyping. Like one time, I'm walking down the street, this lady sees me and she goes, "Ooh, I want you to be my sugar daddy." I was like, "Sugar daddy? I got diabetes." How about your gluten-free uncle? Your keto diet cousin, you know? Yeah, people like to see it, stereotype everything. I don't know why when I'm dressed like this, I'm a pimp, but when a white guy dresses like this, it's dapper. It's different. Everybody's got to have a stereotype of some sort. Don't fall for stereotypes, kid. Don't ever let nobody stereotype you. Wear what you want. Forget what don't dress like okay. But no, wear what you want. Wear what you want. Be stylish, not childish. That's what you get. Hey, how you doing in the back, dude? My man been eating through our whole show. It's like, I'm gonna get this grub home. He looks like the high school principal I once had. He's like, leave me alone. She's like, honey, he's talking about you. How you doing, dude? I feel like I gotta do good in front of you. You got the same look they had when I told them I was gonna be a comedian. Exactly, they went back to eating too. That's life, that's life. My name is Zorba. Yes, I'm a black man with a Greek name. Usually people here go, damn, black folks just name their kids anything. Me and my cousin Coca-Cola used to get pissed about that. It's a cool name though. It beats a lot of names I heard as a kid. Went to school with a girl named Vanessa. Normal name, she spells it with a Q. Talking like that's exotic. I was like, no, that's retarded. It's cool because certain names you hear, you just trip. Nobody's ever seen a young Gertrude, have you? No. Exactly. No one's ever seen a young Gertrude. When yo, Gertrude's a wild girl, No one's ever seen that. It's cool. And I got cousins named Pumpkin and what's that one? Pumpkin and some other dessert that gives you sickness. I'm like, now we know why diabetes runs in the family. That was their names. Here's a surprise. I'm from Kentucky. Yeah, they got black people there. Hillbillies, rednecks, and me, this is what they look like when they don't improve. Take a good look. There's a stereotype of my cousins. That's not true. I've been dating my aunt for a while. I think I should know. I come from a place where pigeons chew tobacco. That's Kentucky. I got a friend of mine back in Kentucky. He's high-class white trash. That's what we call him. That means he got a chandelier hanging from his trailer. Fancy. Coming from Kentucky. A couple years ago, I went back home to visit. I was crossing the street, and a redneck almost ran me over with his pickup truck. He hollered out his window, he goes, "You effing nigger." Then he ran into a tree. Coincidence, it was a black oak. Yeah. I didn't know if I should commit to the joke looking at her. I was looking at you like, stop it. I'm over here worried about a kid. I used to work with kids. I used to be a teacher, believe it or not. Back in New York, I was a teacher. And I get kids basic like I saw a little boy, he was 5 trying to get his first girlfriend. He tried to get an older woman, she was 6. He tried to give her a flower, and she goes, "No, you're ugly." Broke the kid's heart. So I went up to him, put my arm around him and said, "Look, man, don't worry about that, all right? In 15, 20 years, she'll be a stripper, okay?" Don't worry about it. And he said, okay. Got to get him started early. Oh my God, coming from Kentucky. I got a wild family. I got an uncle named Tom, but we can't call him that. Yeah, my dad walked out on me and my mom 1979, Christmas Day. Went to get a pack of cigarettes and never returned. That's messed up, but it kept me from smoking. Yeah. That's what it's like. Family nuts. I had one grandfather. He had 15 kids. True, 15. And he was a very prolific man. He didn't even have a pull-out couch. Yeah, that's what you keep thinking about too long. Like, what do you mean? Ah, God, what's going on with the world of us? I'm not much into politics, but I will say this. I think it's time for Mitch McConnell. Well, he's from Kentucky, so we call him Mitch McConnell. I think it's time for him to leave office. Why? Not for the same reasons you're thinking, not because of the politics. He doesn't have a chin. You shouldn't be able to make decisions that affect America if you can't fold a blanket. At least be able to hold a violin under your neck. You know what I'm talking about? They always talk about the separation of church and state, no separation of chin and neck. That's what they need. I know y'all looking at me and watch, this black man has a magnificent beard. Yeah, I know. It's genetics. That's what it is. That some guys can't grow it, some guys can't. I prayed all the time I wanted to have a beard. I've had a beard since I was 14. I wanted a beard that says, now I can start dating women with like daddy issues. That's what I wanted. I wanted a beard that looks like I belong in a history book. You know what I'm talking about? You see those guys, they're always facing this way. You don't know what they're looking at, but they always. I wanted a beard that says I belong on the side of some money. You know, that's what I wanted, and I got that. But people treat you different when you have a beard. They do. They're nicer to me now. They offer me seats. So I'm like, they wouldn't have did that before. How does AARP know where the hell I'm at? I want to know. They find child support at AARP. I didn't give them my address. They just showed up one day. Like, yeah. I'm glad to be out. Let me take this up. I'm glad to be. Okay. I'm glad to be out here because I've been in the house for over a year and a half. Well, I have, right, with this COVID. I'm glad to see people because I'm tired of having conversations with my cat. Because she's starting to make sense and valid points. And my cat's very interesting. When that movie Black Panther was out, she went with me to go see it, but not on purpose. She crawled up in my bag. I wasn't paying attention. I just zipped it up, went to the movie. I get to the movie, my bag started moving. I'm like, what the heck? I see it's her, but I'm gonna pay $15 for this movie, so we gonna see it. Now, I'm holding her, that's kind of hard to hold a cat during the movie, but it's all right. Get home, she's all hyped up now because she just saw her cousin on the screen. Now she over here putting her front paws in the Wakanda sign, smacking the dog in the back of the head, and thinking I should feed her from a gold bowl. I'm like, look, you're on the windowsill in the Tenderloin. This ain't Wakanda, all right? Y'all know what the Tenderloin is? You ever been? It's an interesting place to live. Very. It's the only place I've been where I've seen an empty wheelchair and nobody's concerned about where's the person that was in it. You know, that's the only place I'll walk past the guy. He was tying up, about to shoot up. And as I walked past him, I overheard him say, I don't drink soda because soda's bad for my health. That's the Tenderloin. I seen a guy with a weak chin, lazy eye, buck teeth. He had on a shirt that says, I make pretty babies. That's the Tenderloin. You ever had a homeless racist? Probably not. I can tell you what that's like. This guy, a homeless guy, one time he called me the N-word. He goes off, then 30 minutes later asked me for change. I'm like, change? You just called me a nigga. He goes, why you gotta bring up old shit? That's the Tenderloin. There's a little person, she's a prostitute, she goes by the name of Half Price. That's the Tenderloin. You ever seen a blind person have an argument on a cell phone? Tenderloin. I see the person, they said these words, when I see you, I'm messing you up on sight. That's the tenderloin. The interesting spot. You ever been on Hyde Turk? You ever been? It's interesting because this is the only place where you see people set up stuff. Homeless people find stuff, they set it up and they try to sell it to you. One day I'm walking down Turk, a homeless guy tried to sell me one shoe. What I'm gonna do with one shoe? He said, take it one step at a time. That's the tenderloin. Tender. Interesting living in San Francisco. I came outside. It's the only place I've been where they got a sign that say, don't feed the pigeons, but you can walk around naked. I came outside one day and I saw a guy walking butt naked, carrying a briefcase and wearing shoes. Where the hell is he going? Work? Interesting. I'm like, wow. Very interesting. You see my shoes, ladies? No, one lady took two. I'm a stylish dude. I'm wearing for you because I know women like shoes. I don't care what men think. Neither do you. It's interesting. Yes. I'm glad everybody wearing a mask still, and that's cool. But here's something I found that very interesting. They want you to wear masks when you go in the cemetery. Why? It ain't like they're gonna catch nothing. And how far down do they bury the body? 6 feet, social distance like a mug. That's all I'm saying. Why are we worried about I feel sorry for bank robbers. Don't feel sorry for them, but bank robbers gotta mess up their whole game. Because they come in with the mask and be like, give me the money. Hey, you got your card? We gotta see that first. You gotta see your card before we see any money. They want that. They will ask you for that. They do not play. Rough. Kentucky is where I'm from. Crazy. It's like I'm an only child, but I have two aunts that are 8 and 10 years older than me. They were like my older sisters, and my grandmother used to make them take me with them on their dates. Because they dated a lot of African exchange students. My grandma was like, I don't know these motherfuckers, they might do voodoo, I don't know. So if you're going on a date, say you go on a date with one of my aunts, and we go to the movies, you're gonna pay my way and her way and your way, and I'm sitting in the middle. Now what's the best way to get to know her, get to know me? So they would try to bribe me. They'd be like, hey little man, here's a 20, you go get us some popcorn. I'm like, you make it 40, I sit in the lobby. You make it 80, I catch the bus home. Yes. Crazy. I don't know who's doing these crop circles, but I want them to be my barber. If you can make an image of the Virgin Mary in the wheat field, I know you can taper like a mug. Serious. Love it. I love going on at the check spot. That's so cool. The checks. The checky. Oh man. You know what, I missed so many things that closed down for my childhood. Anybody remember Chuck E. Cheese? Remember? The original Chuck E. Cheese. Not the one that they put out now. I grew up on it, there was two things you loved. There was a choice between Mickey Mouse or Chuck E. Cheese. And the Mickey Mouse was loved the world over. He got on a tuxedo, he got Goofy, he got his crew Minnie, and the gang members posed with him. West Side Mickey, they love him. Chuck E. Cheese looked shady as hell. The one I grew up with had on a derby hat, eyes bugging out his head like he on smack, a vest, no pants. I took my cousin to see him one day, and she had a nervous breakdown. Because he looked like he shoot dice behind the Chuck E. Cheese with his clothes. You can't talk to a little kid from the projects and tell them about that. They're going to get tripped out. What they say, Chuck E. Cheese where a kid can be a kid. No, Chuck E. Cheese where a kid has a breakdown, because that's what happened to my cousin. Chuck E. Cheese. Then they switched and gave him a skateboard. You want to see an 8-foot rat on a skateboard? No, I don't think so. Don't think so. So, I have had many a dating experience. In fact, clap if you're single. One person. Let me give you some advice, my friend. I don't know if you do this. Stop using corny pickup lines to meet women. Yeah, you gotta stop doing that. I seen this guy one time at a bar, and he was trying to holler at this woman. He went up to her with a basic conversation. He goes, excuse me, sweetheart, is your father a thief? Then how did he steal the stars out of the sky and put them in your eyes? You can never say that to a black woman, you'll get backlash. Is your father a thief? Is your mother a hoe? Buy me a drink. I saw this girl one time while she was thick as an In-N-Out milkshake. You understand what I'm saying? She had more curves than Lombard Street. I went up to her and struck up a basic conversation. I was like, hey, how you doing? Where you from? Let's have sex. You know, basic conversation. Her boyfriend came back from the bathroom. You see how big I am? Ain't that in the bathroom? He said lightweight. He made me look like mini-me. He picked me up off the stool. What you doing hollering on woman? I thought to myself, what would Popeye do in this situation? And what would Popeye do? Eat a can of spinach and whoop ass, right? I didn't have a can of spinach, but I did have a pack of Mentos. You saw the commercial, what happens if you eat Mentos, you could accomplish the world. I had 2 of them. Gave him a left cross. As the paramedics rushed me to the hospital with a pack of Mentos up my ass, I was just glad it wasn't a can of spinach. Yes, man, rough. Gotta stop using this in their lives. I see guys like I used to be. I got a girlfriend now, but when I was single, I used to be single. I was with this one girl. She said one time, she said, "Don't treat me like a date. Treat me like you would treat your mom." So I ain't calling for 6 months. Dating. And when you're in a relationship, this is what I'm finding out. When you're in a relationship, it's no longer about you, it's about you and her. You're not going to the club, we're going to the club. You're not hanging out with your friends, we're hanging out with your friends. You're not sleeping with that girl from the bar, we're sleeping with that girl from the bar. Works out perfect for me. Works out perfect for me. World is, the dating world, the craziness. There's so many things you got to get acclimated to. I'm learning. Because I've been single so long, so when you get the girlfriend, you gotta remember things. Like she expects me to take out the trash. I don't throw it out the window at my house. Why do we take it out? You know, they got trash. It's so weird because it's just me, at home it's me, my dog, and my cat. That's what I have. I got a handsome dog, and these people would testify to it. Do I not? I have the most handsome, my dog is, think of the most handsome person you can think of. He's 10 times better looking than that. And he's a dog. He's a Chihuahua Shibini. You would love him. You would love him. He won the best looking dog on the internet. He won that shirt. And he beat out like thousands of other dogs. Here's how crazy my dog is. He's very ambitious. He's this big, he tried to mount a Rottweiler one time. He did. I was on Valencia Street. He jumped on the bench, jumped on the back of the Rottweiler, slipped down her leg, tried again. And the Rottweiler looked at him as if to say, little boy, please, this ain't for puppies. Then he tried it with a Saint Bernard. I'm like, what are you trying to get killed? He don't know nothing. One thing I will say about my dog, every time I take him for a walk, he pisses on banks. That lets me know one thing, he's not a capitalist. Not a capitalist. I'm turning 50 in 5 months. Yeah. So here's what I'm learning: certain things you do differently. Like I gotta go get that full physical. You know, everything from head to toe. Believe me, when I get it, I'm getting the pap smear. I'm not fucking around. I'm getting everything if I can get it. You know, I got pre-diabetes. When the doctor told me that, I said, didn't everybody have pre-diabetes? What the hell does that mean? He said, no, you gotta start putting more yellow and green and on your plate, yellow, green, and orange foods on your plate. I'm addicted to Skittles now. It's a trip, man. You know how doctors are supposed to have nice bedside manner? I had a doctor, he just came in straight up, looked at me and goes, you need to lose 60 pounds. He didn't say hi, nothing. You need to drop 60 pounds. And at first I was offended, but I'm looking at him like, you fat. He couldn't even afford to, he couldn't even close the white jacket. How you gonna tell me what I need to lose, man? Oh my God. I'll leave you this. I got a couple of thoughts that crossed my mind. These are goofy thoughts, and I'll leave you on this. Do you think Egyptians ever get caught in pyramid schemes? Just thoughts. You think pets have peeves? These are goofy thoughts. Yeah, I wonder if they have peeves. If you date a Siamese twin and you take her out to dinner, do you split the check? I'm just wondering, because that's a lot you're paying for three. I'll leave you on this for real. I saw this in the paper recently. They found the original bus that Rosa Parks was on, and they're going to put it in a museum in Detroit where she's from. And I think that's beautiful. But here's the question I asked. Are they going to put it in the front of the museum? All right, folks. Thanks.
Several views, one more time. Give it up for all our amazing comedians. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Give it up one more time for Zerwin Hughes, Griffin Daly, Jacob